Hi everyone, this is my son Leonidas. My name is Charlie Veach. I just want to talk about... You gonna sit still? You gonna sit still? No. I just want to talk about this case which is exploding all over the British media at the moment about an Italian woman who had a forced Caesarean and her baby taken from her womb without her consent because allegedly she was mentally ill, and social services, the SS in Britain, say hello. The SS said it was in the baby's interest to be removed from the mother. The mother is now fighting in court. She says she is better, she is no longer mentally ill, and she wants her child back, quite rightly. Okay. You know, like when you first... That's it. I know it's a yeah. Anyway, the reason I think this has really stirred the public's heart is because Great Britain, with, you know, young men, young women, we fought 2 world wars to prevent the excesses of a totalitarian and fascist government, twice in the world, and not to mention all the deadly and lethal skirmishes of the Cold War to try and hold back the insanity of the Stalinist Soviet madness. And when you read a British newspaper about British judges and British government workers actually snatching a baby from an Italian woman's womb, it raises a lot of questions and it makes you feel quite ashamed. And the social services are saying this is all very private. They're saying this is a private case, it's done in secret courts, and that people can't be told because it's about the privacy of the mother. But I think this is a case where right, okay, go and rip the viewfinder off then. Go and rip it off, go on. No, don't do that. Anyway, this is a case where I think it's in the public interest to see what kind of nation we've become for the full disclosure of the documents relating to this case to be brought out. I'm not going to have a knee-jerk reaction here and say that we now live in a totalitarian baby-snatching world or country, but I, like I'm sure you do, as I'm sure that Tory Member of Parliament, when he called the Essex social services out of control, he wants to know, I want to know, you all want to know, what are the details of a case? How can a woman who is mentally ill, and illness is not a person's fault. You okay, baby? He's jumping around. Come here. Come here. Oh, there you go. It's not a person's fault if they're ill. If someone breaks a leg and they can't push a pram, someone else pushes the pram for you. If you're mentally ill due to whatever environmental factor or disease, someone looks after the baby until you get better. This is common sense. It's we separate medical conditions from criminality or evil. It's not the mother's fault that she's mentally ill. Just like people who suffer from depression or schizophrenia, it's not their fault. And from what I read in the story, she's better now. She's fighting, fully lucid, fully conscious in court to try and get her baby back, as any healthy person would. And social services are saying, no, you can't have your own child back. And to me, that is the biggest issue of all, is the kind of thin line between freedom and communitarianism, between, you know, everyone enforces rules and we're more free because we have... Stop making a noise. We enforce rules so that we can walk down the street without getting raped and mugged and so forth. I mean, that doesn't always work. But at what level does the state own you or own your children? And I say it doesn't. And it's a great dishonor to all the families of people and to all the servicemen who, by the millions, lost their lives fighting against totalitarian governments and fascism, that we have a government sector, the Essex Social Services, refusing to release details about a horror story which you wouldn't be surprised if it came out of China, the way they enforce abortions, the way they enforce the one-child policy, the way they treat everyone like a cog in a machine. But this is meant to be Great Britain. We're meant to be more civilized, more tolerant, more just, more righteous. And I just fail to see the righteousness in permanently separating a mother from her baby for an illness which could happen to anyone. And so I hope this video gets spread around. I'm just one man's opinion. This is all in the public domain now. But we need to ask the questions. What are the details of this case? And what right does a government ever have to withhold you from your child? I can only speak for myself as a father. I'm a very proud father. My son's very healthy, very wonderful. Is that it raises the most primal instincts that people or a group of people would want to separate you from your own child. The greatest love of all is from a parent to a child. And to try and cut that and to use bureaucracy and a Kafkaesque, absurd level of red tape and power to do that is, in my opinion, evil. And we're going down a slippery slope when government departments don't have to explain themselves in the court of public opinion to when they do, on the surface of things, quite monstrous acts. It's all about balance, and we need to know the details. That's all this video is about, is tell us the details, and we, the public, will decide, because the state is a representative of the public will. There is a social contract in place, and as soon as the state starts enforcing things without the will of the public, it is a tyrannical government. Anyway, we're going off on some massive thing here. Just release the bloody details about this woman's case and let us decide. We're all adults here. Thank you.